Hello students. Les había prometido que iba a hacer el video en español, pero como es un tema algo sencillo, voy a tratar de usar más inglés que español. Yo sé que las promesas son promesas, pero también me interesa muchísimo que aprendan inglés. We'll see how it goes. Voy a ir muy despacio para que lo vayan anotando y entendiendo. Y después de anotarlo, pueden platicar con sus compañeros para que así se den cuenta de las dudas que tienen y puedan clarificarlas. So the agenda, you will compare homework. The topic is matching graphs with equations, and you will work on pages 16 and 17. Today, students will be able to identify which graph belongs to each equation according to its structure. So, tomen un minuto para escribir su agenda. Pausen el video, por favor. So, you have graphed linear equations already. And they look a little bit more complex than this. Las que ustedes han visto son un poquito más complejas que estas. Pero cuando solo tengo y equals x, no exponente, no exponent on the x, my line is positive. Okay? So this is my graph. These are quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4, and then my line just crosses with a positive slope. If it says y equals negative x, then remember if my slope is negative, my line is negative. Okay, so take a minute to write that down. Maybe pause it at this moment. Sometimes my x is gonna have an exponent. And so if it has a square, and I'm kind of doing a pattern here. Si está al cuadrado, my graph will be a positive parabola. Va a ser positiva. But if it's negative, my graph will have a negative parabola. Okay? So positive, it's like a U opening up. If it's negative, it's like a U, a backwards U. Okay? Opening down. Okay. So take a minute to pause it and take notes. Sometimes my exponent is not going to be a square, but a cube. And I'm going to have the positive x cubed and negative x cubed. Okay, let me draw my coordinate planes here. And so the y equals x cubed is going to be shaped a little bit like a snake, I say. Okay, it goes like that. And the reason is because if you have, let's say, negative 2 in here, it means that my x is negative 2, so negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. Positive 4 times negative 2 is negative 8, so something like that. Okay, so it goes down. But if we have a positive 2, 2 times 2 is 4. Times 2 is 8, so it goes positive. But when we have cube, remember that the answer will be, and that comes from module G. If the exponent is odd and this is a negative, then you end up with a negative. But positive, you end up with a positive. For a negative x cubed, it's exactly the same, but you know how positive goes up? Negative will go down, just like my line negative, but this is a curve. So it's gonna go like this. Whoops. A little better than this, but you get the idea. Okay, maybe a little closer to the y. Okay. And so again, positive, from left to right, it goes up. Negative, from left to right, it goes down. Okay. Okay, the next shape is going to be the absolute value. And you have y is equals to the absolute value of x, or you have y is equals to the negative absolute value of x. Again, today we're just going to do an introduction of how the shapes look, just because you're going to be using that in algebra or integrated math, depending on what path you go. Okay, so if we have the absolute value, it means that it will always be positive. So negative 2, positive 2. Negative 4, positive 4. So that will be the path, right? Positive 2 is going to be positive 2. Positive 4 is going to be positive 4. The absolute value is always positive. So basically you have a opening up, a V opening up. But then if you have the negative, then your shape is going to go down. It's like a upside down V. Okay, positivo, una V para arriba. Negativo, una V para abajo. Okay. And one more that you need to know is y is equals to the square root of x, and y is equals to the negative square root of x. Okay, and so again, once we're in algebra or integrated math, you're gonna learn more of this with detail, but for now you just need to know that it's kind of like this. I don't know, like you know, like if you had wings, half of a wing, or one of the wings, sorry, that will be the positive square root of x, and then the negative square root of x will be going this way. Okay, let me check that. So let me put the ones for before and just kind of like a quick review so that you can see the difference of all of them. What do we have here? So we started with the ones that we learned before. I misplaced some. Okay, so it's down there. Sorry about that. So y equals x. It's a positive slope, just the regulars that we have been graphing, right? Negative slope, no exponent, is just a line. It's a linear equation. When it's a square, it's a parabola. This is called a parabola. And if it has the negative, then it's upside down. If it's cubed, it's this curve right here. Okay, it's like half of the parabola goes up, and then look at this part. It's like the other half of the parabola, but it goes down, right? So whenever you have the cube, and if it's positive, it goes up. If it's negative, it goes down. the absolute value of x, if it's positive, it's like a V, but if it's negative, upside down V. So these two relate because it's positive slope, positive, negative, and then this one, positive opens up, negative opens down. Okay, but remember, this is the square, it's a U, absolute value, that's the V. Okay, and the final one, mi ala, the wing, ¿verdad? Una alita que va a volar. If it's positive, va para arriba. If it's negative square root of x, esa ala está hacia abajo. Okay? Y van a decir, ¿dónde está esa ala? Okay, so try to work with your classmates. Traten de trabajar con sus compañeros en grupos de 3 o 4 on pages 16 and 17. Okay, and hasta mañana.